Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this project I will be showing the making of this transom window here. So it's a transom window, and that means that it will be fitted above a door, and in this case on this project this will be fitted above my client's front door. So my client asked to see a pink lotus flower on a sort of traditional Victorian background with borders and grid work. So that's what I drew up here. So this is the design. I spent a couple of weeks really backwards and forwards with the clients, and then it's into the making process. So I'm into my glass selection here, picking out some glass textures. So some nice pale textures for the background, and then these are the pinks that I used on the flower. So I've got lots of different shades of pink glass, different cathedrals and different textures. And yeah, it's all about sort of working out what I'll be using in the design and putting those into the design for the client to see. With each project that I make, I provide my clients with a scale drawing of the window before I sort of start making the project. And it is a challenge. I always try to make the computer design look as close as I possibly can to the end window, to the end product. This is very, very tricky in every project. As on the screen I'm working with it's a screen. It's computer generated colours and computer generated textures that I've worked on over the years. And obviously a window, when it's made, is transparent. The glass is transparent, so you can see through it, and those glass colours change depending on the light, the natural light or the artificial light that's behind the window. So they're constantly changing colours. So it is very tricky to sort of to provide these drawings and make them look exactly as they will, but it's a good fun. It's a good fun process. I've gotten better at it over the years, but like I've been doing this for nearly 30 years now, so it's work in progress, but I like to think that my drawings are constantly improving. But yeah, it does take a lot of time. There's a huge amount of time and emails backwards and forwards with the clients when I'm working on the design process, and they'll never be seen in these videos, as it's just too time consuming to show those and to sort of put across the amount of effort that goes into the drawing process. But yes, it's good fun. This particular project, so this window here, this will be encapsulated before it's fitted, and in the encapsulation process means it will be fitted inside a double glazed unit. So essentially it'll be triple glazed when it's fitted, and that means the stained glass window, this leaded light here, this will be sandwiched inside a double glazed unit. So it'll be sealed inside a unit, and there'll be a sheet of glass on each side, on the internal and the external. This is a particular thing that this client's asked for. I don't get involved in the encapsulation process. I will make the window up and prepare it ready to be encapsulated, which means it has a slightly different lead edging that runs around the outer edge, and that enables it to be clamped inside the unit. But I don't actually get involved in the double glazing process. My clients will take it to a double glazers. There's a few around Manchester, around the northwest, that I can recommend, that my work's been taken to many times over the years, but I don't get involved in that side of it. I'm very, very busy making projects all the time in the workshop, so I don't get involved in the encapsulation process, but I do prepare them for encapsulation, and this is one of those projects. On this particular video, there isn't really that many super interesting glass cuts on this project, so I didn't show that much glass cutting on this particular one. It's all pretty straightforward really, the glass cutting side, just time consuming because there's quite a few pieces, but instead I decided to concentrate on showing a little bit more of the lead work. So this lead work here that I'm doing, there's lots of nice curvy bits of lead and things and different shapes that I'm bending out, so I just thought I'd concentrate on the lead work, show how I sort of angle things particularly to build the window up. But yeah, not so much glass cutting on this one, a lot more lead work. So there's a few minutes now of just lead work, lead cutting for you to watch. So I might just shut up now and let you watch a little bit of the lead work. So enjoy. So if you're still watching this, well done. You must be as much of a glass geek as I am. But one thing I do want to just mention, aspect ratios. So this is a bit geeking out now here. I normally film in portrait, so vertical videos for my other social media content, so for my Facebook and my Instagram and my TikTok. I film on those platforms, vertical videos. That is where I find a lot of my customers. A lot of my customers find me through the platforms and then become a follower and then I make work for them. And it's been a brilliant way of bringing in new customers over the years. So it is important that I still record in vertical. But for YouTube, obviously the YouTube platform traditionally is landscape. Now, I can't film all my videos with two cameras, it's just too time consuming, but I do like putting out content onto YouTube. So this is my compromise of this video right here. So I've filmed it in a vertical, so a portrait ratio, and then I've recorded it in a higher quality, in like a 4K, and then zoomed in, so it's not a full widescreen experience, as you can see. But what do you think to this? Is this okay, or would you prefer I go back to the way I was doing it before, where it's more of a vertical video? This is my compromise, basically. I'm just interested to know what you guys think, and if you've watched the video for this long, you are one of my sort of my more sort of, yeah, my more hardcore followers, so you might have watched my other videos as well. So what do you think? Yeah, let me know. Cheers, guys. Thank you. So all of the lead came that I've used in this project is a 1/4 inch round profile, except for that outer edge that runs around the edging of the window, which is the double glazing edge, that specific edge for the double glazing process. But yeah, it's all in 1/4 inch round. As always, I'm trying to keep this lead work as tight as possible, so there's a minimum of a gap between each piece of lead. We want them nice and tight and snug, and that makes the soldering process much more tidy and much quicker to perform. So yeah, this one's going well, this project. It all looks pretty good up to here. So the last few pieces of glass going in now, along with the double glazing edge to cap the window off. Everything's looking good. And then apply the flux paste here. So this is the Power Flow flux. This is my preferred flux. I can't believe how much flux costs these days compared to sort of 10 years ago. Like this tub here, I think nowadays they run at like £15 for a large tub. It might be more than that. Back in the day, you used to pay like, you know, I say back in the day, even 10 years ago, I think they were only like £5 or £6. It kind of doubled or tripled in price, which is very annoying, but we don't get through that much flux, I suppose, in the grand scheme of things. Solder, on the other hand, this solder is absolutely so expensive these days. Solder, to buy solder. Yeah, I think it's a couple of pounds per length. I used to buy sort of 20 kilos at a time now, but I'm not for spending 20 kilos. 20 kilos now is probably £600 worth of solder at a time. But yeah, everything's just crazy expensive, materials wise. So that's the window soldered on both sides, so on the other side as well as this side. And this is kind of the first opportunity that I get to lift the window up and see what it looks like to the light. I'm always excited for this part. See the light shining through it. Granted, once it's finished, the lead came will all be blackened. It won't be this shiny silver finish. There we go, it's all loose and wobbly. That's my traditional sort of wiggle waggle of the window. Just shows the looseness of the glass before I apply this stuff here. So this is the lead light cement. So this is the black goo, or the cake mix as my kids call it. And here I'm forcing that cement, that lead light cement, I'm forcing it into the gaps between the glass pieces and the lead cane. Because the lead is a slightly loose fit and the glass is slotted into that lead cane, so it's loose in there. So we fill that gap with the lead light cement, and then a few days later, so a few days have passed now, and the cement is hardened, it's kind of gone off, and then I'm removing the dried excess cement. So this isn't an instant process. It's not I finish applying the cement and then I clean the window. It goes into a drying process, so it's a few days, possibly a week. And then I do this here, so I'm removing the excess cement. I'm picking it off with my little picking tools here, my little pickers. These are just old screwdrivers that I've sort of ground to a nice point, and I'm just removing as much cement as I can. And once I've finished with the picking tools, then I'll move on to my brushes. So I do have lots of different stiffnesses of hand brushes. So these things here, these brushes with different bristles on the ends of them. This is a very physical part of the job. Making sure we remove all that excess cement, and then the windows will be polished up. I'll apply a black grate polish, which I didn't actually film on this project, but I apply a black grate polish. You can see that in my other projects if you're interested. But yeah, it gives the window its sort of that gunmetal grey blackened finish that you can see here in the window. And holding the window up to the light like this, having the light shining through it, makes sure that you don't miss any final specks of dirt. It's absolutely spotless. This one came out fantastic. This is gorgeous, this design. I do fancy kind of tweaking it a little bit and maybe using this type of design again in another, maybe in a pair of door panels. I'm thinking like a Victorian pair of door panels, using this in the centre motif, or something similar. That's my plan in the future. So yeah, there you go. This project complete. Came out rather nice. What do you think, guys? Quite like this one. Looking forward to seeing it fitted. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much, everyone. See you later. Bye bye.